Just let me ask you the last short question because we're past our time. They often say it's a shame to waste a crisis. You should use a crisis to fix
Sure.
something. So, one thing, Tom, in food, what would you fix? What, as the country gets through this, what do you hope on the other side that we're in a better place on regarding food?
Well, number one, the conversation that you had earlier about the Feed Act. One issue with the Feed Act is the Stafford Act. The Stafford Act actually gives jurisdiction of over emergency situations to states and local governments, and that's fine because most disasters are localized. It doesn't work when you have a national pandemic. And so the Stafford Act, I think, needs to be repealed or at least sort of rejiggered because it doesn't work in a pandemic. We need to have this plan in place going forward. All the work that Jose is doing right now, which is amazing work, is going to be for naught if we don't actually get our arms around this and have a government that thinks long term about a solution to some of these problems, not short term. We can't wait for the pandemic to hit. We can't wait for the hurricane to hit to say, oh, we have to do something. We have to have a plan that very, very quickly you can put in place so we don't see these lines. And what I'm hoping, and this is what I'm hoping again, that the people who never thought in their life that they would be in a 2 hour line or even a 10-minute line waiting for a food bank to give them food, people who had jobs 2 months ago, 3 months ago, who never thought about it. I hope now that they have more empathy for the person who actually needs help. We have to get away from this. Someone just made bad decisions and they shouldn't have had children and they should take their own responsibility. And I hope now that after this pandemic, we're going to have a more empathetic country who can actually look at some of these problems that we have and find solutions as opposed to just blaming people. A lot of people right now are hurting for no fault of their own, and a lot of people who are born into poverty are hurting because of no fault of their own. It's just
Well,
a bad luck of the draw. And I think we need to have a more empathetic country. When it comes to food, we need to make healthier food more affordable. If we could do that, we'll have a healthier nation.